Yo, what's up, guys? Morning. What's up, André? Yeah. Okay. Happy Friday. Yeah, a lot of interesting stuff happened this week. NFT, as I mentioned on pre-market, and then CPI yesterday. But I'm liking the longs. What are your thoughts, André, going into this morning so far?
Yeah, hold on one sec. I just want to make sure my audio output is good.
Yeah. Yeah. The local recording is not on, so we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, interesting week, right? Yesterday was kind of a crazy, like up down.
It was.
There was a speech, like the Trump speech, which caused the sell-off. Something about, was that the oil thing or was that 2 days ago?
I'm not too. I think that was 2 days ago. Days ago. But yesterday was a little bit of whipsaw. We got the longs, and then we literally on ES we flushed all the way back from 869, 870 down 52 points to create a new low. So really, really interesting price action yesterday. I have still the same levels that we were looking at even from last week. That 830, 840 level on ES. If we can hold that, and also above 810, I think we could see previous days highs back at 870 being reached today at some point at least. I'm really liking the longs here heading into the open. We got NVDA up 1%, Tesla up 1%. Every single stock on the Mag 7 is green except Apple, which is just basically down 0.2%. So I'm really liking the longs. Let's get your chart up as well, André, and then we can see your thoughts heading into the open. We've got still 9 minutes into the open. We got no news. So I think it should be a relatively nice trading session.
Yeah. Just one thing. I see that there was a comment on YouTube. Gap fill indicators aren't working on Ninja. Please reach out to our support over here so we can help you. We're not going to be able to help you through the comments, but just please reach out to the support down here and we'll make sure to get that fixed.
Yeah.
Okay. So
what levels do you have that you're looking at?
Let's go through just kind of the watch list. So hold on one sec. Let me just pull up this. I don't know why it's not on this chart. Okay, so NQ overnight is a lot stronger than ES, much closer to previous day's high. And that is probably because of, everything overnight in terms of the major tech names are up closer to previous day's high. But just something to keep in mind, around pre-market, market open, I do obviously see that NQ is a lot stronger, even much closer to pre-market high. So there's that.
Correct.
And then Tesla again, near previous day's high, almost at all-time highs again, close to 500. Honestly, if we end up with a green week this week on Tesla, I would not be surprised. Let's just actually pull something up quick. And I'll just go to Tesla. Okay. I'm going to go year to date and just look at this one sec. Okay, so pretty much, if you look at Tesla and you look at all the green weeks of Tesla, which is over here, this is the high of the week, 65% of the time in all of 2025 has been made on the Friday, which means that if you're going to be trading Tesla today, if you trade the options or whatever else, you want to expect price to break 495.25, because 65% of the time on a green week, if this week for Tesla is going to be green, which it does look like it's going to be, the high is very likely to be made on the Friday. So this move, now granted it's a pretty big move, but with Tesla you never know what can happen. The $7.50 move is what would make this play out. So I just want to highlight that. That's That's pretty important there for Tesla. Obviously, all-time highs. Obviously, like the news has been pretty bullish. There was a pretty gigantic sell-off that just literally practically retraced the following day. So a total range on Wednesday of $29, almost 6%. And then from Wednesday's low to Thursday's high, it was another 5% up, $24 higher. I would not be surprised, as long as obviously you need some confirmation, but I would not be surprised if something like this happens. Doesn't mean it's going to go straight up, obviously, but your first area of interest, your first target is for sure going to be this previous day's high over here. But let's just go through the rest of the watch list here. Wow, Apple in a pretty decent downtrend the last few days, last couple of weeks.
Oh yeah.
Do you think this NVIDIA?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying Apple has been the stock that was holding up during that during some of the sell-off that we have been seeing. So it's not surprising to see it coming down a little bit.
Do you? I don't really use trend lines ever, but
no.
I don't think I've ever actually taken a trade with trend lines, but
no.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, I think they're so subjective, bro. So
yeah,
yeah.
I've never used them. I've never used bear flags or bull flags because of that.
I remember when I first started trading, I used to see all of that stuff on social media, bro. But yeah, no, I personally haven't. No. But I must say, I'm quite convinced, at least for now, in the longs on ES and NQ. I must say, that's going to be the play that I'd like to take. I've got some levels that I'm speaking on pre-market here at the moment. As on ES, if we hold above 810, I think we could see some nice longs up into that 880 level on ES.
Yeah, let me just go to a 4. We have 4 minutes left until the open here.
Yeah.
So we're not really anywhere near any like higher time frame 4-hour levels, in my opinion, right now. And obviously, yesterday's low is for sure an area to pay attention to. Wednesday's low is for sure an area to pay attention to. But I mean, super unlikely we get there. Going down to a 30-minute last couple of days. It's interesting, these like areas of significant consolidation. Like I honestly, I haven't seen something like this in a really long time. Like on a higher time frame, 30-minute, where it's just literally a barcode, and then not really as much here yesterday, but another pretty much barcode day of just like up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a new high of week considering the New York session today. So from right now, that's 116 points. Honestly, no big deal for NQ. Again, if we go to the high and low by weekday report, we go to NQ. Looking at green weeks, 54% of the highs of any green week in all of 2025 has been made on the Friday. Now, if we go to the last 6 months, 64, last 3 months, 57, right? So this is carrying its weight here. That Friday on the green weeks, it's carrying its weight. So you want to pay attention. And specifically, your target is not over here, not at 508, but at 448. I just want to make that really clear. We're looking at the New York session. We're not looking at the daily session.
Sure.
Yeah. So in terms of long targets, that is definitely an area to pay attention to.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, for anyone that's not the ultimate reversal, but that's looking at the midnight and then the gap fill, just keep in mind that those are below. So the longs are in play for sure. I do agree with the overall kind of like market context in terms of the longs, but just keep in mind that it might just flush down first and then make its way up, or the inverse, it might make its way up and then flush down. But these are not that far away. 60 points on NQ. A gap fill is 110 points right now. On ES, 13 points for the gap fill, and then 10 points for the midnight. Like, I would not be surprised if we get one of those, or more. It looks a little bit cleaner on ES, especially because ES is a little bit weaker, but that's the
yeah. Yeah, still tracking that overnight VWAP, so the extended market hours VWAP as well. We're bouncing off of that at the moment. That's currently sitting at 837.
Yeah.
I must say, it was a little bit of a trickier trading day yesterday. We had that nice move up at the open, and then we kind of just sold off quite aggressively and then bounced again.
What's up, Mr. Zink?
Yep.
Yeah, I actually
now 20 seconds.
Yeah, I actually took the shorts yesterday, and I had runners looking for continuation further down, and he goes, yesterday was awful.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, I had runners for continuation down, and then I obviously got stopped out. I had moved my stop to break even there, but yesterday morning was tough for me personally. Luckily, I caught the longs later, like that move up, but it was definitely tough for me yesterday.
Okay, so we got the open here. This just happened. We're getting a little bit of a pop on the NASDAQ. ES as well. Getting a little bit of a pop too.
I was hoping, honestly, the opposite of this would happen. I was hoping we get that flush down first and then the move up, because that previous day's high, I mean, like I literally just said that it's like no big deal for NQ, but meaning a 60-point move is or a 50-point move is no big deal. So
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, YM's ripping at the open here, up already almost 100 points.
And there's previous day's high on NQ. What's going on with the wow, Google kind of stalling. NVIDIA is really the only one that's really ripping right now. Apple's kind of flat, NVIDIA's up, Meta's definitely falling.
Yeah, there we go. So ES, those targets on ES for the longs, I like 880 on ES for the longs. What's the overall bias on edgeful? Well, we'll have to wait until kind of like that first hour sets in. You know, I personally don't look at the bias until that first hour sets in. That's just me.
Yeah.
What we yourself?
Let me just do something.
You're kind of looking at the same thing, like on terms of that edgeful bias. So what who's asking that? Yeah, what Abby is asking is that the screener on edgeful.
Yeah, let me just pull it up quick, but it's too early to say. It would be crazy to, let me just do this 1 sec. So what you can do, and maybe we should, or actually I'm gonna, just give me 1 second while I do something. Okay, so what you can do is put on the gap fill, the ICT open, the outside days, and previous days range. Now keep in mind the ICT only has the bias for the futures. Obviously, there's no price action for equities at midnight, so you're not going to be able to use that. But the outside days is there, the ICT is there, the gap fill is there. You can use those right at the open, but it is pretty split. Like you need to let the price action kind of play out before you start to like determine a bias. We need to let it kind of like play out. You don't want to try to predict where it's going to go. You want to use the data and react to what's happening.
Agreed. Yeah, we got Palantir moving up above previous day's highs as well. It looks like other smaller cap stocks, mid cap stocks are also looking to continue higher.
Yeah.
NVIDIA is ripping 2.3%.
I mean, I personally need a pullback to enter this. I'm not entering this like this. So these are kind of the two areas that I'm looking at here. If price even gets there, this has just been like a ripper of a morning, but they are definitely higher time frame areas. These are giant ranges, so I don't typically love that, but
yeah, wow. Nasdaq taking out its previous day's highs, as you mentioned, looking very, very strong. Yeah, still trading underneath its previous day's highs, but those previous day's highs are at 871.
Yeah, ES definitely weaker than NQ right now for sure.
Yeah, we've got the first 5 minutes set now.
Also, what I just said about targeting 448, literally 5 minutes ago, targeting 448 to be broken, that is what's happening right now. That just happened right now. So
sure,
that high and low by weekday just played out right here. You want the high of the week to be made on the Friday on a green week, which is exactly what happened right now.
Screen and what's in play completely broken for me, unfortunately. It's working my side. Try restart your PC or refresh the page.
You can try maybe logging out and logging back in.
Yeah, that sometimes does work. Agreed. Because it's working outside, right. So it's working.
Hold on one sec. No, I think he's right.
See, mine's reload. Mine's working. Mine's working. Message Alec.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
I already did.
Okay, we'll get that sorted. Yeah, pretty big first 5 minute volume coming in here, I must say. Apparently is also with the futures contracts also triple witching as well.
Oh, it's, hold on. One sec. It's because the contract rollover is probably right now. That's why. So the way that we do the contract rollover is when the daily time frame on the newer contract has more volume than the current contract is when we roll over.
Sure.
Also, separately, what are your thoughts on a little scalp short here? Or
no, not for me, but I see it. I'd rather wait for the pullback. Yes, obviously you'll get that little scalp short, but I'd rather wait for the pullback and then look to get long, personally. Stocks are telling me I should be looking for longs. We got AMD breaking previous day's highs, NVDA breaking previous day's highs and pre-market highs.
I'm paying attention here to this Thursday high on NQ as a level here.
Yeah. How do you guys identify a pullback? Personally, I use VWAP, but I'm sure André also uses his levels on the lower time frames.
Yeah. So there's no objective way to do it. There are certain levels, whether it's a Thursday's high, whether it's a gap fill, whether it's a midnight price, or whatever it ends up being. And there are these zones that kind of form throughout the day, right? So as they form today, I'll obviously mark them out and we can go over kind of the logic that I use to plot them here. If NQ fails this and ES doesn't make a new high, I am taking this short.
Sure.
It'll be a scalp with light size, but if NQ can't break this with some follow through here, I am going to take this short. It'll be a very small risk because it is counter trend for sure.
Yeah.
But something like this, maybe. I don't want to target 12 points right now, but I just want to see some sort of, yeah, on ES. ES is weaker for sure. So I'm definitely, if I'm going to go short, I want to go short ES.
Sure. Yeah, we're only 10 minutes into the open, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to...
How's your week been though so far?
Good. Green, thankfully.
Yeah.
But I've been looking into another algo, like another variation of the orb.
Okay. And
there's also one that I actually haven't spoken about, but what's funny, I was looking at like all the code. Hold on one sec. Okay, I was looking at all the code. I'm not in any trades yet, by the way. I was looking at the code and I see that like over a year ago now was when it had been written. And it's the double break of the orb. So it's not the single break, it's the double break of the orb. And I was playing with it yesterday and I think that we'll probably release it kind of soon, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to give people a little...
There was a point where double breaks were working quite nicely.
Yeah. So Tesla's really falling off right now. NVIDIA's pushing. Apple's kind of consolidating. Same thing with... So really the only ones that are going in like a clear direction are Tesla and NVIDIA, in my opinion. Oh, I want to show you guys something that
These smaller cap stocks like SMCI, Palantir, Robinhood, small to mid cap, they definitely are looking pretty bullish, bro. We got AMD up 3.5%, Robinhood up 1.7%, Palantir up 1.7%. Yeah, that's a stock that I bought. It's not big, obviously, but no, Rivian.
Oh, how's it doing?
Well, I'm up like, I think it's like 20%. I bought them at like $15 a share. So yeah.
Beautiful.
It's sitting at 2021 right now. I can kind of just speak a little bit about that. I know we obviously day trading here, but let's go like this. Let's remove that. So if you look on the daily time frame, I bought them somewhere in end of November. I think it was like on the 27th or 28th. But look at the daily time frame, how we kind of been breaking out of that level, $16. And I got them in, I think my entry price was about 15, 16. I got in at 15 of here and then more at about 16. But look how we're breaking out now. It looks really, really nice. It's a wild chart.
Yeah.
But obviously, I'm not putting the house on it, obviously. But it's it's working out. So I know you're also speaking a little bit about Meta too, and that looks to be bouncing off those 600 level, trading at 664 right now. So,
dude, I think Meta is. I mean, obviously, don't just buy it blindly, but I think Meta is $1,000 stock. Like I would not be. Yeah. I would not be surprised at all if Meta gets to 1,000 in like the next couple of years. Honestly. And thankfully I didn't take this short.
Yeah, it's ripping, dude. Even look at YM. So if you look at YM as well, like look at that, bro. Like this is why I could see the shorts, but I can't fade this kind of momentum right now. All of the stocks, even on my broader watch list here, like my stocks in play are telling me we're long. We're not coming down. But let's go back to your screen over there. Also Bitcoin up 3% today, Ethereum up 5%.
Yeah.
I know they don't move with stocks, but when everything's ripping, I don't want to get in the way of that. Look at Tesla now. Tesla turning green as well. Tesla turning green on the day
what
too.
a wick on this. That's almost a $3 wick on this candle on the 5-minute candle there.
Look at that, dude. Yeah, Nasdaq from 450 almost to 550 now.
Wow. Well, this
Okay,
orb is pretty.
I got long Palantir, so not Nasdaq. I can't buy Nasdaq at that level, but I got long Palantir.
By the way, this is something that I've been working on here.
Yeah.
Pretty much what it does, it didn't really. I mean, what is going on right now? What's. Wow, Google is like.
Yes, man. You see, that's the way sometimes, like when I have such a strong bias, I should just be getting in pre-market with like a wider stop. But I had that 880 level on ES that I was looking to target. We're at 876 right now. Bit of a frustrating one, but let's see. Any questions in the chat right now? But that's something where I think, André, like, you know, I had this very high conviction in the longs. If I just take back the screen here for a second, this is where I like the CFD contracts because you can go in with your desired risk, but with a wider stop. I should just be getting in long, like something like this. You know, with like before the open, when it bounces off that VWAP with like a stop. I know it's going to sound crazy, but like with a stop underneath that 810 level, like a 25, 30 point stop. And then I'm at least getting something of that. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. Yeah. It's so, honestly, it's so nice that you can do that, that you can adjust your size like that.
Because I knew I wanted that level. I had, if we hold above 810, the next stop for me would be 880. And we literally reached 878 right now. So at least, I mean, it sounds crazy, but I would have got almost 1.5 of my money if I had held to my level.
Yeah.
But that's something that I could maybe be working on. And there's always going to be work on as traders. But you're explaining what's that? So speak to me a little bit about that chart at the top right there.
Yeah. So what I want to do, what I've been trying to focus on is to build, again, these are not like signals like whatever else, but you know how we go through and we're like, oh, what's this doing? What's that doing? What's this doing? And like, we have to go through like so many different charts.
Yeah.
This is pretty much like the ultimate reversal setup. Now, obviously it didn't set up today, like price opened within yesterday's range, but it'll show you pretty much, let me just do this 1 sec. It'll show you dynamically ES, NQ, YM, R2Y, Apple, Tesla, whatever, and you can actually change the tickers that you have in here. So if you want to include the Dow or whatever else, you can, or Bitcoin or anything else, honestly. And then it'll tell you if there's a gap up today and whether the gap has filled yet, if price opened above yesterday's high and whether it reversed. Where it opened relative to the ICT open, to that midnight price, and whether it reversed. So just trying to make it as easy as possible for everyone to get a good picture on like what's going on. And you'll be able to have these on your charts and you can decide what you want to include or exclude. So like if you don't use the ICT open, then you can just hide it from the table, right? Like, so just give it a second to load. Now it's gone. So if you only care about the gaps or you only care about the outside days and whatever else, you can just go here and see it and just have it up on your charts to see, okay, well, like Apple, Tesla, Meta, Google all filled the gap. So like, let's not look at those today. But yeah, I want to start to build out more of these so we don't have to like filter through 100 different charts. We can just see everything here. Like the same way that you say, well, Palantir is green, this is green, that's green, this is red. Like just having it right on your chart would make it easier, and you can change the size. Like it's pretty big right now, but you can make it a lot smaller and just give it a second to load. But like now it's a lot smaller. It's not as intrusive. You can change the colors. Obviously you can do whatever, but I'm working on building more of these so it's easier for people to kind of get an understanding of like what's going on.
Yeah, Palantir is looking to take out that opening range high right now. So I'm in a good position here. My entry price on it, exact entry price on Palantir is 189.53. So I'm in the green on it at the moment. And it's looking good. So see, this is the days where I'd rather, like for me to buy Nasdaq up there, I mean, I'm buying the high. So this wouldn't be smart.
You're only buying the high until it goes much higher.
Yeah. When will you stop trading for the year? For me personally, like this is going to be my last like full week of trading was this week. And then next week, obviously with Christmas and everything, I'll probably just look at the charts, when there is a trading down and size down. But I know we do get that Santa rally post Christmas.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like the same that you're going to be doing as well?
Yeah, I mean, like even now, anything that I'm doing is like definitely lighter size. I'm not trying to like make my year right now. I just would rather just kind of coast a little bit in terms of the trading because the volume is lower, the ranges are weird, everything is like, you just need to be a little bit more careful. But just talking about, I was saying that let me just remove these zones here to clean up the chart just a little bit. But we're talking about the zones and like how I plot them out. Usually what I like to see is they're not super clean here, but this is like actually on ES is actually not a horrible one, but I'm just trying to find a good, I think the 1 minute is honestly the best way to explain it right now. But we get a rally and then we get a little consolidation and we get another rally. Like this to me is an area of interest, right? It doesn't mean that price doesn't just blow through. It just means that there is an area of interest, some level that I can go based off of, something for me to use as either a target or a stop or an area just for me to kind of like look at throughout the day. And like in this case on ES, like if I wanted to, like now we're building another little consolidation. So if we get, I'm not saying that it's going to like consolidate and run back up, but this is another area of interest for me. And this is how I do it. This is a little bit messier than the normal way that I'd like to see it. Like, I'll just show you guys one sec. Like, this is a much cleaner area in my opinion, like right here, kind of like this area right over here. It also extends back, which is nice. So this is the one that I'm talking about now. And then what you can do is like you extend this out. Now, granted, this already happened. So like, I'm not trying to like pretend that like I'm some sort of wizard with these levels, but it's just an area of interest, right? There's a violent move to an area, there's consolidation and a violent move again. Like that's something to pay attention to. Violent move up, consolidation, violent move up. Like, I mean, there's no science behind it. There's no data behind it, but like, it's just trying to see like there's clearly something there. So at least in my opinion. So that's why I have it.
Yeah.
So NVDA.
Yeah, NVIDIA's up 3% and still looking like it wants to go.
Yeah. Wow, ES looking like it's going to make a new high here. Wow, ES new high of day. NQ is not at new high of day yet. What's this orb range now? This orb is 0.8. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so now we have our orb set, by the way. So I'm going to put on my orb indicator now.
Yeah.
And we just have.
So you can see just also like, get your orb up there. And so this is my Palantir trade at the moment, just coming off the daily VWAP, breaking pre-market highs. And now we are actually just trimming through. We're trying to take out opening range high with a 5 minute closure. We're wicking it at the moment on the 5, but it's still looking like we're holding quite nicely. So we'll see how this goes. But I think I'm in a good position here at the moment. I'm going to try and let this run out. I definitely think we have some room to the upside. Let's go back there. Let's get yours. So yeah, we've got the orb set.
I'm not really expecting, to be honest, like another violent move higher. I don't know. I know James is super long bias right now, but
yeah, I like the longs. I must say.
I just don't have an entry for the longs right now, but. So the thing is, like, we took our previous day's high on ES and NQ. High of the week has been made. So I'm referring to the report specifically. high of the week was made on
Monday or Tuesday, I think it was.
No, today. Now.
Oh, today. Sorry. Yeah, we're just breaking it now.
Yeah, we just made. Yeah, we're definitely. The issue with the what's in play is definitely the rollover of the contract. So we're definitely working on that. So apologies, obviously, for that. Just to pause for a second, dude, I think I'm going to take a scalp short.
On NQ or ES?
I don't know. NQ is looking a little bit cleaner here, to be honest, because it does look a little bit weaker, but a 30-point stop,
yeah,
not horrible. I don't know.
Look at the hourly candle on ES. I mean, we could definitely see a pullback. If you're trading the pullback, then yes, but I could see that hourly candle looks very, very bullish to me. We're clearing through new highs, like we're breaking levels at the moment. But I could see the pullback on ES. I'm watching ES. YM still hasn't taken off the high. The thing is,
if we look here, NVDA is really the big driver.
Catalyst. Yeah.
Yeah, and when there's only one,
Tesla's trading as well off the lows.
Yeah, I'm going to try something. Maybe I'll just place an order just to not.
If it comes back down, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if it retests this orb high on ES, maybe I'll take it, or maybe on NQ, I'll take it now. I thought it kind of fell a little bit hard, but.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to say, when I've got conviction in a long bias, I don't like to take. So that's something we can share. It just goes like, for me, I know you looking at your trades and that's the beautiful thing about trading. There's so many different styles. I wanted to just bring up, I think you'll have a good laugh at this as well, André. Let me find it. Yeah, I'll have to find it. So, I don't know if you know Tom Dunkley on Twitter.
One sec. I'm just going to mention this trade that I took. I did super small size here, but at 51.50 with a 30-point stop. If I get stopped out, whatever. It's counter trend. And I did take the short here. Let's see if it does start to kind of roll. I can add, but this is just very high risk trade right now, obviously. But my entry is at 51.50. Let's see what happens. It's on NQ, by the way.
Sure.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I need to find this thing for you before I share it.
Yeah.
Let me try and find it.
Yeah, so the target is a little bit rough right now. Like, I'm not going to expect a 100-point move. I don't usually like to go for those, but the target is rough. I'll kind of just play it by ear, but I do have a roughly 30-point stop here, up here, which I'm totally fine with. Again, guys, this is a very high-risk trade, so please, if you are going to take something like this, please make sure that you are using lighter size.
Yeah, because you're fading momentum.
Yeah. So
sorry, I'm trying to find this. Yeah.
No worries.
It's quite a good share. So
yeah. So one thing is, like, you don't want to put your stop at this high. Like, you want to give it a little bit more room to breathe. So here I have an extra 12 points above it. And if it continues to fall, if it starts to come down, I will happily add, but I will not be adding as it goes against me. Because theoretically, what that means is that you're adding to a loser. I mean, you are adding to a loser, but theoretically you're adding when you're wrong on the trade.
Yeah.
So in an ideal world, you enter, it goes right into your favor, goes straight to your target, right? That's ideal. If you were to add, if you add to a loser, what you're doing is it makes it very difficult to make your winners bigger than your losers. And it's something that a lot of people do is they add to their losers. They add to their losers and they're like, well, I'm averaging down, which is a terrible idea. You should average up when you're winning, right? When your idea is correct, when your thesis is correct, when you're aligned with the price action. And then that's how you make your winners bigger than losers. You don't add to winners because you're like, oh, I'm going to add and I'm only taking a 5-point stop here or whatever. It's not, in my opinion, that's a terrible thing to do.
Okay, I've found it.
All right, let's see.
Funny. Okay, let's bring it up here. So I don't know if for those that, my NQ just went.
Wow, that wick just went straight to my stop.
Oh wow, yeah. Well, I got my algo alert. There you go. My algo alert went off.
Yeah, that wick went directly to my stop. So I did get stopped out there, which is fine. That was counter trend. It's totally fine. I'm not. Was there data? I thought we said no data.
No, there's no data. No data.
What was that 10 a.m. spike?
Just
it's consumer sentiment came out. Yeah.
Medium impact.
Consumer sentiment. Okay.
Yeah, well, NVIDIA is up 3.7. Tesla now. Tesla reclaiming now. We're back above the VWAP on Tesla. Let's bring my screen up here. So yeah, tough one there, André. I could see the shorts on a day like where it wants to fade off those highs. I see some like yesterday where we moved up and then we faded off those highs. As well. It's my Palantir at the moment. This is my Palantir trade at the moment that's running. We've taken out all highs, so I got it at a really nice price. I think what was my entry price again? 189.53. Yeah, 189.53. So but let's just go to. I want to show you this. So for those that don't know, Tom.
One other thing, just before you explain that, this ES orb algo that I've been looking into just had a winning trade here too on ES. It's something, was a 10-point winner. It's something that I'm definitely going to start to talk about a little bit more, but the target was just hit on ES or Balgo.
Yeah, I'm getting reports in the Discord now too. Sorry, just to, let me just tag Alex so he knows as well. I know I'm probably giving me a hard time, but let's, getting reports that the screener is down just so Beam knows that I'm doing my job. So Tom Dante, for those that don't know him, he's a great follower on Twitter. I don't know if you follow him, André. Do you follow him?
I don't think so.
Yeah, dude, he's one of the best followers on Twitter personally for me. Like, I think he's a great trader. He traded in-house prop firms for over 20 years, but he speaks about the best trade caller I've ever known. I won't go into too much depth, but this is what I was saying about I have a high conviction in my longs today. And there was this guy that he used to work with in in-house prop that he would come through to the desk every single day and have like, oil's going to do this, and he would have like a different read of oil, but he would just sit and almost every single day this guy would like call out levels like, okay, pound dollar will do this and close on its highs, whatever, and so forth. And like the one day he was watching and he came into the desk and he said oil was going to just rip all day, and he had a completely different bias of it. But true as Bob, what happened was at the end of the day, oil did exactly what the guy said. And at the end of the day, he said, man, you must have crushed it. And he's like, oh man, I've done my arse. And he's like, but oil's done exactly what you've done, what you said it would do. And he's like, yeah, well, oil moved up. And by the time it moved up, I thought it was too far. So I tried to short it. And that's when oil started to climb. And then, and then he tried to get long again. And that's the moment when oil started to pull back a bit.
Oh my God, that's the worst, dude.
Yeah. So then risk cut him off for the day. And eventually he ended up getting fired from the prop firm. But it just goes to show, like, you have to trade your plan. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'll put that in the chat maybe for you guys to go have a read. It's quite a long read, but I think it's a really cool one. So it just goes according to just trading your plan every single day. It just says like the best trade caller I've ever known. He goes on at the end to say, I'd rather be average at calling and excel in execution. Execution's everything. But it says making calls is not the same as trading. They're not even in the same ballpark. This lad was the best caller I've ever seen and the worst trader. So, yeah. There you go. So my Palantir ripping. I'm gonna close out a little bit of my Palantir. I'm just gonna take out half. I'm up quite nicely on it, over 1 hour of what I risked. So I'm gonna close out a little bit of that, and then we'll see if we can maybe get some further extension. Okay, so that's my one trade right now. I just couldn't buy the indexes at those highs. YM's just ripping now, bro. YM from the open is up almost 200 points. Yeah, just hit 200
dude,
points.
this little area here is not terrible, to be honest. Now, if it breaks back below, that's a different story, but ES is looking much stronger than NQ for me at the moment too, which is not what was happening this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always notice that consumer sentiment, even though it's medium impact, like does create some sort of wick. And yeah, I don't know. It's just something to consider. But yeah, what would be really nice is something like this. If this continues to fail and everything starts to roll over. Otherwise, if there is a more acceptance in this area, I think something like this would be good. But the issue is now there's really not too much to target, at least more recently. We can target that like previous Friday high. We can target the extensions of the orb or the IV, but at the moment, we're just sitting in this consolidation. So yeah, I'm actually going to remove these. I'll leave that. Do this. I don't know, bro. These shorts are still valid to me, honestly. It's back to my entry now, unfortunately. So I literally just got like data whipped out, but
sure. Yeah, Oracle's up 7% today after getting a little bit of a beat down. That's something that I'm also looking for a long-term buy.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. We're sitting at 192. We got quite a big sell-off on the earnings last week. It actually beat earnings, but still tanked in the day 15, 16%.
Yeah, I got smoked.
Yeah, smoked. And then so back towards those highs, back towards earnings levels, we still have 16% back up there. So, I mean, that's a nice play that I will look to maybe even trade it on my day trading account, but as a swing play, you know?
Yeah.
I must say, like, something that I've been working on this year, and I think this is just coming into the end of the year. You always, so I don't know about you, Andre, but like when I've started to find consistency in my trading, there was one thing that helped me, but the kind of two things was one, you can't be making the same mistakes over and over again, right? You know, I'm sure you've seen it plenty of times with guys coming in and saying, I'm trading this type of trading style, but I'm not making any money. You got to be open and open-minded to look at different ways. Okay, Andre's making money trading. James is making money trading. Maybe I don't like resonate too much with what they're doing, but let me just be open to see how they are trading and see, you know, how can I take what they do well and implement in my own trading. The other thing is I think a lot of traders mess up because they're oversized, bro. Like on a trade,
like dude, it's the biggest problem.
Yes. Like they'll take a trade now where you say, this is a counter trend trade. Let me just go in with smaller size.
Yeah.
And they are completely oversized and they move their stop loss. They get smoked and then they end up taking 3 or 4 times the amount of loss. So many traders P&L, I spoke about this on pre-market prep on Wednesday, was that so many traders P&L looks like this. Monday through Thursday, they'll have like between $1,000 and $2,000 of profit days. And then on the Friday, they'll lose like 10K. And it's like, dude, you can't.
Oh, dude, it's literally the most insane thing ever.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to try those shorts again.
Yeah.
Again, super high risk, but
it's a high risk trade, but you're not taking high risk on it.
Correct. Yeah. So I just entered at 56.
56. Okay. Yeah, I could see that. It's
Hold
coming
on.
back into the opening range right now.
Again, super high risk trade, but it's not. The higher the risk trade, the lower the position size. You don't want to like swing for the fences and also like risk a big percentage of your account, right? So
no, sure.
The thing is that if it breaks new high of day, I don't really want to go long after a 240 point move in the first 30 minutes. So now we're consolidating. It's a little bit tough for me to say, okay, we're going to get another 60, 70 point move higher. So I would rather scalp something to the downside. And yes, it's counter trend. It is higher risk, but I'm okay with it. And I leave a little bit of a wider stop and I use less size. So this candle, actually, the data that came out at 10, the consumer sentiment, like I would still be in my initial trade, which was the same price, like practically the exact same entry price that I got before. But I do think that we are going to get a slight move down here. So
what's your targets there, price?
I don't really have one right now. It depends. Like maybe I'll take a piece off at this like more recent low, but that's like really not that big of a move, honestly. Like it's only like a 30-point move is not bad. Maybe I'll take a little piece off here and I'll leave runners, but I'm not expecting a new low of days. Also, the other side of it.
Yeah.
I need to kind of like act quickly here. So yeah, that's the one thing. But yeah, it is definitely a higher risk trade. I just really don't see, like, unfortunately, the gap is probably not going to fill today. The ICT is not going to retrace today. We already broke previous day's high. We already made a new high of the week. Like a lot of these things have played out. So the next set of things that I'm going to look for is going to be in 20 minutes or 19 minutes. So that IB, the opening candle, everything else. And that gives me another new structure to go based off of from there. But yeah, so there's that. I will happily add to this if we get some confirmation. And what I would like to see is for NVIDIA to start to roll. And then if Google would roll, that would be awesome. But yeah. So I just added at 36 now. But again, super high risk, but being conservative with my position size, not trying to like make my week right now, just trying to take a regular trade.
Yo, what's up, Vegas? Good to see you in here, bro. There's a few guys in here from the pre-market streams. How's your week been going? How's your December been, Vegas? Yeah, so we got André short NQ right now. I'm still trading my longs. I've closed out half of my position on Palantir longs.
So I don't like to, I do not like to see a candle like that right after a more recent low, but yeah, I think that I'll have a first trim here at 20 and then I'll leave runners going down. Yeah, if I can see Google now pull back, that would be awesome. But
so the reason I do like trading individual stocks is that like when we are higher, like on this on I don't particularly do well with counter trend trades, André. I know that that's my weakness. I do see them sometimes, but I prefer like continuation trades. So like getting long, as I spoke about, maybe on ES, because I had that level at 880, which we're almost trading at the moment. Just getting long pre-market and taking continuation trades. So like when we're sitting like this on the indexes where we're too high for me to buy and I don't like the shorts, it could definitely roll over. I'd rather just go trade like an individual stock name.
Yeah, for sure. And just so you know, guys, like here's something that most people will never show you. this is right now, my first trim is less than a 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, like I would never do that or whatever else. It's like, I don't really care to have a 2-to-1 or a 1-to-1. Like as long as the setup is there for me. And like, I understand that it's a higher risk trade and I'm willing to, like, I accept the risk. Like, I don't really care, to be honest. Like, I think my trade idea is valid. I think that if Google rolls over, this is falling. And like, we've made a 250-point move in the first 30 minutes. There's some consolidation now. It's like everything is like if then for me. I don't really care. I don't care to be right. I just care to make money, honestly. Like, if I see this area, this consolidation break to the downside, like, I don't really see anything that's holding it up until we get to this zone. Same thing here. So for me, I'm chilling right now, honestly. Yep. And then I shouldn't have moved my target to 15, but I moved it to 50. I mean, it didn't get to 20 anyway, but my TP1 is at 515, and I'm really not thrilled with how that candle just formed.
So I've taken another individual stock trade here. I like that 50-minute close above the orb high on Robinhood. So I'm in at 121 on the pip.
Oh, you want to pull that up?
Yeah. Let's go like this. So I'm long still Palantir and long Robinhood at the moment. So I got in at that orb break high. I got my stop loss underneath VWAP over there. So at 119.20, call it. But I'm looking for previous day's highs on Robinhood, something like that. So that's my trade on Robinhood at the moment. The reason I do like it as well, if you go to the 50-minute time frame, look at that, how we're trading off of weekly VWAP. So VWAP, you guys know I love using the edgeful data, like opening candle continuation, previous day's range reports, and then I use opening range orb, the breakout 50 minutes, and then VWAP. We're coming off of this weekly VWAP, which is that blue dotted line, and we're showing really, really some strength and support. If you look at that wick to the downside, and now I'm looking to target back up to previous day's highs, which would be at 124. And that's a really, really strong candle for me on the 50-minute time frame. So I got to, I'm going to play that.
And that is with the trend, right? That's everything has been like overall very bullish, and that's a trade that's with the trend. Again, guys, being short right now is higher risk. You want and I don't know if there is like a contrarian personality type, but I usually look for the counter. Like, it's very hard for me to capitalize on one of the days that does something like this. Like, I do very bad on the days that do this. Like, I never execute well on those. I don't know why, but it's I'm still.
Well, I think those days, unless you're very good at getting in, taking profits, and then waiting for pullback, getting in again, and then having like 2 or 3 trades, it's the only other way that I've been able to maybe capture those moves is literally if you place a trade, you have an idea, and you walk away from the desk, bro. And you try and hold, run it with.
I would like to see Google's like really ruining this trade right now. But
my Palantir is still looking quite nice. So I've still got runners on that, and then obviously long Robinhood as well. So
I'm just tightening my risk here to roughly 20 points above this 570 area. I have one target just before this wick at 21, at 21.25, and I have another one at 15. I'll leave the rest to run, but this is it's looking decent, but I need a move like soon. I don't want to sit in this consolidation anymore, because the longer that we sit here, the longer the buyers defend this area, the less this trade is valid. Like, because it's a counter trend, it is like I want it to like get moving a little bit. But 21.25, my first TP is right here. So if we can just get a flush down, that would be awesome.
Get,
this is like
Trump
my
to
least
come say a
favorite.
few things.
This is like my least favorite type of price action right now.
Yeah, I'm just looking again on the broader watch list. AMD is soaring up 5%. Robinhood's already up 2.9%.
Yeah.
Palantir's now up 3%. Rivian up 6.5%. I mean, the stocks that are only green is the VIX, which is down, which helps a lot.
Yeah. So I'm considering closing this because this is just like taking a little bit too long for me.
Are you in you in profit a little bit? I'll take,
no, I'm green right now, but I'm about to be red.
Yeah. Sure.
Like I need this, and there we go. Okay, great. So
okay, nice.
I really need to. Yeah, I need to. I'm not closing it just yet. I might move my stops just a little bit more, just so I don't get like blown out by a crazy candle. So yeah, but this is like not looking as like I wanted to move down like sooner. I don't like this like consolidate. I need to just give me something to the downside here, just even something like this, and I'll be fine. But this is not really helping my thesis right now.
Yeah, YM's trading above 48,600. What else is moving?
Yeah.
Tesla's still down on the day, but
finally Google's rolling. Come on, give me this mover.
There you go. Very slow moves to the downside right now, at least for now.
Yeah, which is not good for me.
Yeah, it's like you move lower and then we bid back up.
Yeah. My concern is the moment that I close this, we're going to get this. I guarantee it, dude. It's just always the way that it works. I have my orders set at 21 and 15. Finally get that fill. And then we have the other one now that's sitting. And then we got that one. Okay, so now we're chilling.
Yeah.
Now my stops are in break even. I don't really care what else happens here.
Have you taken some off?
Yeah. Those two, I just had two different orders coming down. And let's see where to target now. I mean, the issue is there's not really that great of a target anymore. I mean, I guess 500 even probably is not. Yeah, I'm targeting 500 now. See, Google, thank you so much, Google, finally rolling over. NVDA rolling over. Meta rolling over. Finally. So I do have another target here at 500. And we let it run. So my remaining, just so you guys know, my stop is now at 30. So if it reclaims as 30, I don't care, I'm getting out. And I have another chunk coming off at 500. And then the rest, I'll just let it run. If it goes, it goes. But
yeah.
Can you imagine if I closed that 2 seconds before?
Yeah, you wouldn't have got that flash.
Oh, dude, I would have been so pissed.
Yeah, because that flush now down into the tens.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Appreciate you watching. You guys both trade some great calls. Yeah, appreciate it. We're not going to win every single trade, but
yeah,
over the long term, we'll get some good value. Yeah.
Yeah. And what we try to do is give you the rationale. Like, we never want you to just copy the trades that we take.
Yeah.
We want you to like learn how, like our thought process, most importantly. That's, at least in my opinion, that's the most important thing. Learn our thought process and understand why we're taking these trades. Again, there's not much like this specific trade that I took was more discretionary, like definitely more on the discretionary side than my normal trading, especially because of how counter trend it was. Well, we literally, everything was up. I needed a lot of different confluence to play out for this to work. And I mean, luckily it did. But if it didn't, as I explained, when I was in the trade, when I was sitting in profit, break even, drawdown, whatever, there's my other order. I had it at 502, and now I just have one chunk left to let run. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I've added into my Robinhood on that slight pullback as well. We're sitting still above VWAP.
So I don't have a profit target. I don't have like an actual order set for this last chunk. But by the way, I would say that this is my biggest weakness in trading is what I'm doing right now. Is letting these winners run and just not like capturing a 200-point move, like capturing a 150-point move. Like that is without question my biggest weakness. It's not even close. We're going to try it today. So we're going to see what happens. My stop is at 28, but we're going to see. We're going to see what happens here.
Yeah, the guys looking for the longs, I definitely think that if you get a pullback and then André gets out of his trade, then we can look for longs. The guys only streaming Monday and Friday, so we stream Monday and Friday. Then I think Mr. Zink's streaming what? Tuesdays and Wednesdays, or
Tuesday through Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Got it.
Yeah, and then Mr. Zink, IB by rejection longs at IB50. Yeah, that would be, so what he's talking about here is in this area, if we get, which is actually aligning pretty nicely with this little consolidation, if we can get price to do something like this, right? Coming into this area, whatever, consolidating, we can start to build some structure here, somewhere to put the stops for that move to the upside. Really the intention with that is IB by rejection, NQ, or ES, either doesn't really matter. But I'm going to leave this to run. Like, I don't even know what I'm going to do with this yet. I'm not going to move my stops. Like, I don't really care. Just diverting for a second. But I do like the confirmation that I'm getting across the board with these, with the NVIDIA, Meta, Apple, Broadcom, Google, Tesla, everything is, well, Tesla low day, Meta practically low day, NVIDIA coming down. It was definitely a higher risk trade, just to make that extremely clear. I might give back a lot of profits right now. This is like one of my bigger issues where I'm like, well, I'm up, whatever, like 60 points. Why don't I just take the profit? Because I'll end up closing, if it reverses, for 20 points or whatever. But when you do that, that actually doesn't let you capture the bigger move. Luckily, I only have one chunk left, and wow, it's reclaimed actually a lot.
Yeah, and then if I can, and then normally what we do see on these days is, let's just go to NQ here. Luckily, you traded NQ because it came down a lot more than ES and YM. But normally what we do see on these days, particularly for me on these strong bullish days, is we see this pop up at the open, then André traded the shorts, and then we do get a move off of that middle of that opening range, and or VWAP and looking for the longs and continuation like that. So
exactly,
yeah.
And that's the IB by rejection too. That's exactly what I was just explaining here. That's the same thing here as well, where we get something like this, right? The obviously the, wow, I'm about to get stopped out at my trailing profit. That's crazy. But the low forms first, the high forms second, price pulls back. This is actually really nice because you get some meat here to target a break of the IB high, right? We get that target, we get that meat here. In this case, it's like 120 points on NQ, but sometimes the IB high forms the IB closes at the high. And it's like, there's nothing there. It's just going to like 1 tick, 2 ticks, a few points, and it will just break the high there. But yeah, that's where you want to be a little bit more, like there's not that much opportunity there to take advantage of this report. But yeah, this, yeah. So, we're getting a little bit of a move down here. Going back to the grid for a second. What are we getting? Anything changing here? Not really. But yeah, for the people who are a little bit more long bias right now, so this, maybe we're starting to build a little bit of a base.
Yeah.
Wow,
we've just had the RB set as well, so
yeah.
I can have a look at the screener.
Oh, it might not be working right now, actually, but
mine seems to be working, bro. Let's have a look. Okay. There you go. Mine's working. So 39% in favor of the longs, and obviously on the futures tickers, all of the first hour's opening candle have been bullish. I always say, like some of the guys that are looking to keep their trading super simple, I'll just say, look at the first hour and then look to trade in the direction of that first hour on potential pullbacks. I don't know. It seems to be working on my side.
Yeah, no, it's working for me too now. And just absolutely part of this is luck, right? I'm not some sort of wizard that can predict price action, but this zone that I had plotted here, like literally to the tick, it hit this zone, right? And then now that's where it bounces. Again, part of this is luck. You're not going to see it like this all the time. Wow, this candle really just ruined I was actually pretty excited about this move down, but whatever. But yeah, I think I'm going to get stopped out, just so you guys know. I think I'm going to get stopped out at my trailing. Yeah, wow. What a candle. What is moving right now? NVDA, Meta, I mean, like a little pop on those, and I'm about to get my trailing stop is going to be hit. That's crazy. Wow, my stop just got filled. That's crazy. This is exactly why I said this is my biggest weakness. Because every time I try to do it, this happens. Like I should have just taken the 60 points, the 70 points, but then I didn't. And that's, personally, I think I hate going for the bigger move. I think it's a lot less predictable. I think it's a lot harder to capture it. I am not a fan of going for the bigger move. I should have taken profits at the zone that I had, but whatever.
Yeah, my Robinhood and Palantir that I'm still in is still holding up pretty nicely. So if you look at my Robinhood, I actually added in on that slide pullback back towards VWAP. So this is kind of like my break and continuation trade. We break the opening range high, we pull back, I get long again of VWAP, and now we can look for the continuation extension higher.
Yeah.
So that's still looking good. And my Palantir, I'm still got some runners on there too. So hopefully we get some longs setting in here.
Yeah, Zinc, I hope you're yeah, I am out of my short. Now I'm thinking about finding an entry long. Zinc, I hope that you're long right now. From that IB50 here on ES and NQ. Or James is going to be pissed. What about one of those? No, I don't actually think that's going to happen. So we do have our opening candle. Awesome. Chase, well done. Took the short with you, trailed my stop. Beautiful. Again, I hope obviously, I'm sure he made money, but I hope he used lighter position size because it was a very high risk trade. It was a high risk trade because everything was bullish, everything was screaming bullish. There was a bullish price action. So I'm happy, obviously, you made money, but I hope that you used lighter position size and we're not just taking my trade with me. But Kowalski is long from 25, 508. Very nice. Up roughly 30 points right now. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's rejecting that New York session view app, the start of session view app.
Chase, very well done. 1 MNQ. Good discipline. I'm very happy about that. Okay.
Tesla new low.
Let's find our...
I'd be very interested to see if Tesla bounces here. I think markets saw. This is perfect. My opinion.
I think we're going to get that break of the IB high.
Yeah, well, I'm trading above the 600s now, 48,602. The NQ back in the 40s, 542, 546. Yeah, there comes Apple higher. Yes, breaking that level 880 that I spoke about in pre-market streams. If you aren't joining my pre-market streams, make sure to check those. And then again, if you aren't subscribed to the edgeful YouTube as well as my YouTube, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well.
Yeah.
You get streams here every single day. Every single day there's a stream.
I would like to find a long entry here. I just, I don't want to chase this because I'm already green, obviously, but I don't want to chase this to... Wow, Tesla just really...
Yeah, holding it down.
Yeah.
Apple's starting to look really nice for longs. I'm tempted to see what we do get there, but we've been trading in such a tight range. I don't really like day trading Apple as much as I do like my Palantir, Robinhood, and NVDA and Tesla, personally.
Zinc, I did not get the entry. I was in the shorts when it was touching, when the price was at that 50. But yeah, it's a perfect entry. That was when I was still in those shorts there trailing. I would not personally, I don't know, James, have you ever done it where you short NQ and long ES?
No.
I don't like to do that.
I confuse myself when I do that, bro. Like I was even saying on pre-market, like if I'm long bias on ES, I'll look to buy stocks for the day. I won't look to short stocks unless I'm seeing like right now, like you could have maybe bought NQ on the open and sold Tesla, but it's not like I don't do well on those days. Like when I crush it, I'm staying, pretty simple. Same price across the indexes and stocks.
Yeah.
You can short NQ and buy YM. I've seen big divergence between the two because they roll, different stocks move up, but I wouldn't do that with ES and NQ. They move too similarly.
Yeah. If, as always, I always try to do if then. But if we get a little bit of like a flash crash on ES, I would like to take that long, targeting a break of the high of the IB. It is definitely stronger than NQ right now. Wow, Apple's about to make new high of day. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to trade NQ right now. It is relatively a lot weaker. So 0.2, that's a quarter of a percent off the high, where ES is like 0.08% off the high. Like I do want to be long ES here. So also, just so you guys know, the reason that I was short NQ was because I my subjective price action, my subjective read of the price action was that NQ was weaker. And luckily, NQ did actually fall a lot more than ES did. But yeah, I would like to go long ES now. The thing is, like, this is the risk reward is too skewed because I was still in my shorts from before. Like, really, this pullback would have been the really nice spot to get it, or wherever Zinc entered long, or wherever James, you added to your Robinhood earlier, right?
I did, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that orb high is on NQ really a level today.
Yeah, I can't go long on NQ right now. I mean, I would have had to get in that price where Zinc got in at that bounce, like 500 level. I took long from the breakout of a second 15-minute candle on these types of days. I just like to get in with a trend and flip my position if I see bearish momentum. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, if we can get a move back to like 77, 76, gives me a little bit something better to work with, honestly, just because that target is a little bit bigger. But if we can get ideally something like this, that would be awesome. But what you'll notice, guys, as you watch these streams, I'm not going for a 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 5-to-1, whatever, 400-to-1, like everyone else does. I just like don't think it's realistic. It's just, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it, to be honest. But
yeah, most of my risk reward ratio is like 0.7 and up, actually, with a higher win rate.
yeah.
That's just me, though. I've never, like, I think if you swing trading and you can like hold for multiple days, I think RR is a little bit easier to go. But I think this is just my own opinion. Everyone's got their own thoughts on the market and that, but I find that I always clash heads with guys that have different opinions of RR. Like with some guys going, and I know it can be done because I've seen people do it. It's just not how I trade. But like when someone's in a trade and they have fixed rules on their, like, oh no, every single trade I go for 2-to-1 because I trade mechanically. And I'm like,
dude, it's crazy.
But like, I'm like, that's good discipline, sure. But like in the markets, the market's, it's forever changing. So like, you can't be going for two. Like there was a guy the other day, I think I already spoke about this a lot on last week's streams, but like he was in a trade. He had like a 15-point stop on ES and he was up 26 points. And he was like, he goes for 2-to-1 every trade. And I'm like, dude, you're up 26 points. Like, just cut some. And literally, it went 26.5 points, reversed, and took him out on his stop loss. And I'm like, I can't help you then, bro. Like, you're giving back money, like, unnecessarily. Like, you're up 1.7 because your risk is forever changing on your trades.
Yeah.
So you essentially now risking 4 points. Okay, well, to make 4 points, you're risking, 26 plus 15. What's that? 26 and 15. That's 40, 41. 31, whatever it is. 41. Like it doesn't make sense for me. So to get that extra 4 points, you're now taking a loss on your trade because you wanted just 4 more points extra. No, dude, I don't understand that.
For me, taking something off is really important. Like taking like what I just did here, taking partials, you leave one chunk to run, whatever, who cares if you leave it in slight profit, whatever. You hope that over the course of the next 50 trades that one runner makes up for a lot of the times where you lost. Now, I also separately wish that I did take this short here. But
I will say also like in terms of it's different if you have, like, for example, if you've back tested the edgeful algo and it's like taking profits at this level or whatever it is, and you're not touching anything, all the entries are systematic, that's completely different. But if you're trading as a discretional entry, meaning that your entries will be slightly different each and every single time, that's still discretional trading. And for you to like be up that amount of points and then give back, I think it's not Yeah, it's not the way.
Dude, I fully agree, by the way. And when you're trading with an algo, it's obviously different because everything is predetermined and it's dynamic.
Yes.
At least our algos are dynamic. It's not just like fixed. But yeah, dude, it's like, it's hard sometimes because you don't know where people learn their habits from. And then if they learn their habits from somewhere that's like kind of garbage, like it's so hard to break people's habits. And like, there's no right way to do it either. I'm not going to pretend that like there's one
no
like right way, but it's just very hard to break people's habits sometimes.
No, for sure. The easiest thing I've always said to guys is, okay, well, how's your trading been since you in the last year? Oh, you haven't made money. Okay, well, why don't you look at something different?
Yeah.
There's some trades where
I'll
swing trade and I'll take like 5 to 1 on my swing trades, and like a stock swing trade position or something like that. But
dude, these shorts on NQ are looking solid.
Yeah, let's have a look at NQ. Let's go back to NQ. Tesla's down almost 1% now. NQ.
Yeah, Apple just totally reversed. I don't know, dude.
My Robinhood's still kind of sitting, not too bad at the moment. So I'm down slightly, but nothing big. I'm down. My entry price is at 121 on the dot with 120.
I would do something like this. If we get a little bit of a move back up into this 25 area, that would be nice. I would like to see some selling here, but actually, the thing is, the setup is cleaner on ES right now, but ES is just so much stronger that I don't want to take that. And again,
yes,
this is counter trend again. So
yeah, still trading above those 70s, but I could see your short for sure. Yeah. I think if you're taking those shorts, you would be looking for maybe opening range low, which would be down at 367. That's crazy. It's quite a big opening range today. Opening range is 190 points.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like being a little bit too short biased today. But okay, maybe this is the time.
Why I'm getting
maybe this is the time to go long, honestly, ES, because it did get that pullback that I wanted. But the issue is that I'm not super thrilled with what these guys are doing right now. Like Apple with a giant bearish engulfing candle. I don't know.
Yeah, what's stocks are kind of just settling out right now. Tesla's the one that's driving it lower. Tesla's new low there right now.
Yeah, I really wish that I don't know. I'm not going to say that I would have taken these shorts before because these two candles were just like really aggressive, but yeah. The ES is definitely stronger still. So if we get some buying here, I will be interested in taking ES long.
Sure.
But I'm not super confident in this right now just because it is moving pretty quickly. But the way that I kind of see things is if price flies to a certain area, I think it's more likely that it'll fly back. Whereas if it grinds to an area, there's like kind of more acceptance as it goes there. And makes it less likely to reverse. But that's just, I don't really have any data on that, but.
Yeah, well, that'll be kind of impossible to get the data on.
Yeah. So ES back inside of yesterday's range. NQ, not even close. Interesting. But dude, I'm not really thinking that we're going to get that big of a bounce here, to be honest.
YM still holding up. Actually, YM is actually the strongest of the three right now that at the moment.
Yeah. Wow, that rip in the morning on YM is crazy.
Anyone any trades in the moment at in the chat here? Again, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channels.
Yeah,
We're
guys.
watching it on edgeful, myself, Twitter. Give us a follow as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Kowalski stopped at break even. Totally fine. Totally. The long bias there was absolutely correct, in my opinion. I actually got stopped out of the shorts slightly like in profit, but the long bias is there. What I don't like right now is that I'm switching between I want a long ES and I want a short NQ. That's the little sketchy part for me. Like, I'm not super thrilled about that, but like, you don't want to do that, obviously, but like if price can get back up to the 520s and then like fail, I might take a short on NQ, but this is also potentially a really good opportunity to go long ES. Like,
I've added in again to my Robinhood. We're holding VWAP. I've got to add, not big size, but I'm adding in again. So let me just bring that up.
Yeah, bring that up.
Over here, add VWAP. So I've added in twice now. My original entry. So I've got 3 entries on this. So I'm going to add in again. I really like this, what we're doing at the moment.
Ambient.
Today broke yeah.
Did you see the comment here? Ambient said, today broke my 8-day win streak. Totally fine. I'm going to give you a piece of advice. You don't have to listen to me, but lock your account. Do not try to flip today from a red day to a green day to continue the streak. Lock your account. If it's on trade, whatever it is, if you can lock it, lock it. Log out or whatever, close your charts, because this like fake desire to like continue a win streak could potentially result in today being a giant red day, which you don't want. Exactly what James was saying. You make a couple $1,000s a day, and then you have one day 10K loss, and then there's all your gains. So lock your account, close up your trades. Don't try to force anything today. The win streak is amazing. I hope today was a small loser, but just be careful. And that applies to everyone. Dude, what do you think here? Are we just sitting? How's your
No, it's still looking good. We're holding VWAP. So if we hold VWAP, I'm staying in. If we break down,
Ambient, have a good one. Sorry, James. Go ahead.
All good. No, I'm still holding my longs on Robinhood. So yeah, as long as we hold the VWAP, I'm fine with it.
I see your question. What would be the best broker for a funded account for the algos? We don't recommend any, like we have no affiliation with any prop firm, so we don't recommend any specifically. I know that you need to check that the prop firm that you use does allow algos. So just check that. You can go in our Discord and just ask around like who uses what. Again, that's not our recommendation. We don't speak for any prop firms, but yeah.
I would actually say this. I've done them on prop firms and personal. I would say personal accounts are better for the algos. You got less trading. You don't have the trading drawdown, etc., etc. There's less rules.
I
you
agree.
Can trade algos on personal accounts. I was actually there was someone that was commenting on Twitter yesterday, like and I think André, you chimed in on it, but I think he was like, there's no point having $100,000 in a brokerage account. Rather put in what you're willing to lose and swing heavier. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, dude, it's not even a conversation. Like, there's no reason if you have a 100K personal account and you trade with three minis, like, don't have that much money in there. Take the money out, because honestly, not because of like, oh, percentage returns or whatever, but if you tilt.
Yeah.
That's the scariest thing, is that you can't, like, your 100K is at risk when you take. Yeah, exactly. When you tilt. Correct. Yeah, exactly.
I agree.
So,
bro. I've been in that situation as well, like where I've had like some copier issues, incorrect position sizes, like you hit, I know on the futures, but you hit like on CFDs, you hit 50 instead of 5, stuff like that, you know. So I would personally, if you have 100 grand to trade, like, you know, I would rather just put in 10 grand and risk 1,000. So I gave the example of like, if I had 100 grand right now to put into a trading account, I wouldn't put the 100 grand in, you know?
No way.
I used to trade 100 grand. I used to trade six-figure accounts, 100 grand. And after I took a lot of tilt days and stuff like that, I'm talking like 4 or 5 years ago, I took all of the 100 grand, put it into a house, and I was like, I'm just going to trade with like 10 grand, 20 grand, stuff like that, and then just swing hard on it. It's a lot better.
Dude, it's such a better way to do it. In my opinion, I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. I mean, if you got 100 grand and you're risking $1,000 a trade, might as well just put the 10 grand in, and then you only have 10 grand at risk. Yeah, risk $1,000.
Yeah, and it's not even like, oh, you're risking 10% of your account, because your account really theoretically is 100K, but it's just not physically in your account balance, which is fine.
Correct. Yeah, you technically have 100 grand to trade, but it's not in the account at risk. Yeah.
Correct. I don't know, dude. I really want to take this short, but I want to short ES actually, but I don't know.
Yes, let's have a look. Yeah, you're sitting at New York Session View app. I don't have a read on those shorts right now, because if you short it and it ends up popping higher.
The thing is, on ES, the stop is more valid.
Yeah. My Robinhood's looking very nice right now, I must say.
Yeah.
Like I'm happy with that.
Check. Yeah, that is looking very clean. What's your target?
My target is up at those next level. We got a level at 124, but I don't know if we'll get there today. So maybe next target like 123, 122.5.
Yeah, I would target the 122.
We just need to close above 121. That's 121.10. That's where we need to close above.
Yeah.
I'm on a 4-day win streak. This morning was brilliant for me on the DAX. I'm holding longs on YM and NQs as I trade. Yeah, bigger stop loss. See there, look there. Bigger stop loss as I trade CFDs. You see?
Yeah, dude. CFD stop loss situation is awesome. Oh, I don't know, man. I would like for some volume to kind of come in now so we can get a little bit of a move here, but yeah, this is not.
Dude, Rivian is just ripping 7% on the day.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oracle as well. Yeah.
If ES does not reclaim this orb high, I'm going to scalp short.
Sure. I will watch you.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I just I don't know. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. The thing is that if we go to the screener for a second, it's split. And look at the price action. The morning was very bullish, but everything else since really the first 15 minutes has been garbage. And we have this split bias. Half of the opening candles are red, and half of them are green, which is awesome. Yeah. I would say close to maybe 60% of the IB buy rejection is bullish. The IB has not broken out yet, and then previous day's range is neutral to bullish. And here, literally, I don't think I've ever seen it as equally split as this. And look here. Remember, you're supposed to trade with data, not your emotions. Yeah, that's right. So, I don't know. I'm just sitting here. I want the shorts, to be honest. It's just,
remember, you're supposed to trade with data, not emotions.
Yeah.
That's what someone said in the chat there. That's funny.
Yeah. This, I said it before. I've been saying it all morning. I think the shorts are valid. The thing is that the bias here is very split, and that's not great. I don't see these movers, these larger stocks.
No, they're not. They're just at the open. They popped at the open, most of the Mag 7. Only NVIDIA really got to follow through.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see what Tesla does here. Tesla is still trading at low of day for the last 20 minutes.
Oh.
NQ comes back down, and now we're putting back up. We try to go into the 50s. Yeah, we'll wrap up streaming on the next couple of minutes as we've almost been 2 hours in. So yeah, we've had some nice trades. Whatever you do, don't get sucked into making stupid mistakes on a Friday. You want to go into your weekend with a sour taste in your mouth.
Yeah, 100%.
I want to be enjoying that Christmas turkey.
That's right.
Yeah, NVIDIA bouncing a little bit now as well. Robinhood still bouncing. Tesla now rejecting that low of day. We are sitting at 478. We're at weekly VWAP on Tesla too. See, this is where, like now on the NASDAQ, after that massive open, we've only moved, kind of even in the last 30 minutes, we've only moved 60 points. It's a 60-point range.
Yeah, which is, for anyone who doesn't know, that sucks for the NQ.
Yeah.
Okay. Those ES longs. So let's just look at this for a second. Opening candle on ES is green. Low of the IB formed first. Prices come down into previous day's high multiple times. Seems like it's being accepted. Finding a long entry here on ES is not terrible. What I wanted to see is something along the lines of like acceptance in this area. ES has also been a lot stronger, but this area has been holding up really nicely since that initial short that I took this morning. Came down, bounced, came back down, bounced really hard, came back down, bounced again, came back down, bounced again. So targeting that break of the IB high, right? Super unlikely that we stay within the IB. Targeting a break of the IB high. If we can get something like this, that would be great. The thing is, 7-8 point stop is a decent chunk, but I don't know, I might try it.
Oh, the long.
Yeah, on ES, not on MQ. I think the MQ long is also very solid, but it's not as, it's just so much further away that I don't want to go for that. I don't know. Maybe I should just not take a trade, though. I don't know, bro. This 5-minute ES orb is like, it worked this morning. So maybe that's the new trade.
Yeah, my Robinhood bouncing here.
Yeah, Robin is looking nice.
Yeah, I just needed to close above 121. There we go. 120. There we go. As I said, that'd be popping.
So NVIDIA pushing, Meta pushing, Google pushing, Broadcom slightly pushing. Okay. I'm paying attention here at this area, this like consolidation area from before. Wow, finally some volume.
Yeah, Wime's coming up higher now.
Yep.
Yeah, Robinhood closing above the 121.10 level, but I liked it to get above.
Yeah, the shorts here are not valid anymore, in my opinion. I don't know. What do you think about the longs on ES, James?
Yeah, for me, we're trading into a level that 880 level on 68, 80 level on ES. I do think this could be a continuation day. You know, I like the longs from the start. That's why I'm long stocks. You know, so it is a direction that I wanted to play, but for me, it's not a level that I would be looking to. Like, yes, it probably ends higher. I think we closed on the highs, but
yeah,
you know, yeah, it's not a price level I want to be getting on.
NQ is, I don't know. NQ is looking a little bit weaker. It's just so much further away from the highs. Like NQ is 0.3% from the highs. ES is 0.1%. Like it's literally, it's a big difference in terms of percentage.
Sure. Yeah, 50 seconds till it's 5-minute close on Robinhood, and this is looking like a very, very good close for me.
Yeah.
Tesla starting to come off the lows.
Yeah. I think this trade here doesn't look terrible. I would like to see some volume come in. It's been like dying pretty heavily right now. Usually Fridays have a lot of volume, but I don't know. I'll let anyone know if I take a trade, but I'm not sure I'm going to just yet.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, next couple minutes here, though, I've got to just head off. So we'll probably end up in the finishing up in the next couple of minutes. But I'm still long Robinhood, and we're having a nice close here. I do think that the longs are setting up quite nicely. Yeah, we actually did have a very nice. One of my AirPods has actually died on stream for too long. But yeah, we're looking very, very nice on that closure. So look at that. Let's just go like this. Let's go like that. That's my position on Robinhood right now.
Yeah, beautiful. Great ads, by the way.
Yeah, just adding as we're pinning VWAP. Just adding as we're pinning VWAP. So now if we can get it some extension, that would look very, very nice. Back into 122, 122.5. Previous day's highs is up at 124, but I don't know if we'll get there. It kind of sold off yesterday.
Yeah.
But yeah, NASDAQ. See, like NASDAQ's not like, if I buy it here, I'm buying at the price where you were selling it at. You know, no, we could easily come back down before moving.
Yeah.
So YM break and retest of the opening range high as well. So yeah.
It's interesting how there's like this stall that's happening here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting that there's a stall right now. But again, the bias is completely neutral so far. Completely neutral. It looks like we are going to get the break of the IB high here. And by the way, there was someone said they got stopped at break even. Kowalski said he got stopped at break even on the trade. That was that long on NQ. Totally fine, by the way. I think for the move up that happened, for it to come back down was reasonable to stop and like close your risk. It's better to not take a loss than to like close a trade early, in my opinion. Yeah, there's that 8-point move that I was mentioning before. This looked pretty solid, but
yeah, Tesla's bouncing off the lows too. If Tesla bounce, we're gonna see the index as well rip.
Yeah.
But yeah, perfect, guys. We can close it up here in the next
let's wrap
30
it up.
seconds or so. Go like this. But yeah, we appreciate you guys joining. We'll be live again Monday. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel as mentioned, and then we'll be live 9 a.m. Eastern Time Monday as well. So we'll see you guys all there for the open again. Hope you guys had a great one. If there's any questions, make sure to also put in the Discord. There's also live support on the edgeful website. We'll see you guys all on Monday.
All right. Bye, guys.
Cheers, guys.